Hi friend, this is Celeste from Finger Play Studio in Louisville, Colorado with my weekly studio update. It is June 27th. I want to start by giving you a peek at my Sophie. This is our crochet along for the year, Sophie's Universe, and it's been a while since I showed it to you. It's getting much bigger. I just finished section 11 of 18, and so all of us are on track to finish before the end of the year, which is great. I'm really excited about this. It's been a great project and I'm learning so much. So loving my Sophie. So many times we get in our head that we must do the project as pictured. We must make that same color and do it exactly the same way. And a lot of times that's great. It's exactly what we need. But I want to encourage you to also know that you are so creative. I meet so many knitters and crocheters who say, oh, I'm not creative at all. I just follow patterns. But you are creative because you're going through a process of thinking about color, and often we modify things, and it's okay to modify patterns. Another thing I hear is, oh, I could never wear that top. It's so short. It's cropped. You can make it longer. And one example, you might have seen this in the store or seen me wearing it. This is Virgil by Caitlin Hunter. And it was a cropped top. I made it longer. It also had this big band right here, continuing in this theme of the yoke, but I just didn't want it, so I left it out. I can't remember if the pattern has this part or if I added it, but I made it longer, I left out a part, and I made it my own colors. And that is how you treat the pattern like a guide, not like a recipe that you must follow, and if you leave an ingredient out, it's going to be disaster. And another sweater you've seen in the store is my Fair Isle with the birds on it. This is actually by Kate Davies, and it is called Paper Dolls. And in her pattern, she has paper dolls like you would made when you were a kid going across. It's super cute, but I had looked through the projects on Ravelry and I found someone had done this. I copied her, but with my own color designs. And so that's where Ravelry is an inspiration too. It wasn't my own idea, but I made it my own with my own colors, and very happy with that one. And then, which leads me to talk about what I'm wearing. Yarn Along the Rockies is coming up. It starts, I believe, August 14th. And a few years ago, the crawl, we put out a pattern ahead of time that you could make and then wear during crawl. And so we've come together and made a bandana this year. This pattern is a little bit more, maybe more accessible than the 14er was. We were worried that maybe the 14er was a bit challenging for some people, or it had a very specific yarn and maybe that didn't appeal. Even though a lot of people made it, it was super fun. We still have it in the store and have people making it. This year we have the bandana, and it has some stitch work in it. You can see these are to represent the mountains. I used the pattern as a guide and I did not follow it exactly. So I changed color for the top here, which is a garter stitch border. You start at the bottom. It's a basic kind of a kerchief, or you've probably done things like this before. It's like a tiny shawl. And then there's an optional button on it. And we all thought, all the yarn shops in Denver that are doing the crawl, we thought it would be really fun if people were to wear their bandana and wear it around the crawl. You could also stick it on your bag. It's not too heavy and too hot. That was the other thing, that we were trying to make something that was very summery. So that pattern is going to be available. It will be released on Thursday, July 1st. It's pretty versatile. The original pattern was written for a sport weight yarn. I actually did it in a fingering weight, so you could do it in anything. It'll just be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, and you can do it in one color. You could do it in a variegated. You could change up your colors. I think it would be really fun to challenge you all to be creative with your yarn crawl pattern this year and mix it up, do other things with it. Maybe make it a fade or a gradient. That would be fun. And then show us your shawl and come in wearing it. Your little bandana. It's not really a shawl. It's kind of small, but it's cute. Adds a little interest. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and then I can dress myself up with that. So also about crawl, every week on social media, Yarn Along the Rockies has both an Instagram site, an Instagram page, and a Facebook page. And every week they're focusing on one of the stores that is in the crawl. So I think so far we've seen Piney Creek and the Yarn Shop in Denver, and then this week is going to be Finger Play. So watch for that. I hope to show you some fun photos and things of the shop. And then coming up is 4th of July weekend. We will be open on July 3rd. We hope that the weather is good so that we can knit outside. And when it changes quickly, as it does here in Colorado, we've been out there knitting and then suddenly a thunderstorm rolls in. So we quick get everybody inside and we continue to knit as long as you're comfortable with that. So, but being outside is wonderful. That's our preference. We will be closed on July 5th in honor of 4th of July holiday. And then beginning on the following Saturday, which would be the 10th, we are going to start extending our store hours from 10 to 4 instead of 12 to 4 on Saturdays. So that's what I have for you this week. Watch our website for information on how to get your Yarn Along the Rockies bandana pattern so that you can start knitting it and have it ready to wear during the crawl. Have a wonderful week. Have fun. I'll see you soon. Bye.